Welcome back to part 2 of our Goatmen Shaman SOVL run. Where we left off, we cleaned out most of Act 1. We ploughed through in our very Beastmen-like style of hit things first and ask questions later. It's a straightforward approach, but it works well for us, so no reason to stop now. We picked up a unit of Minotaurs and some buffs for Amguk here. Let's have a look. We're going to go this direction because we want to get to that fight, generate as much gold as possible. So let's see what this random event is. Siege workshop, absolutely not. We're not taking siege equipment this run. That's not at all in the spirit of Beastmen. It's not what we're for. So I'll skip that. We'll just go straight to the armory instead. Here are our choices. We can have another Goatmen Shaman, a retinue of Ibex Warriors, or some Centaurs. You can do that, and you can also buy a couple upgrades. Now, in terms of units, the Ibex Warriors are kind of cool. They're heavy infantry. They've been improved massively, at least in this beta. Previously, they were armed with halberds, which wasn't great. It doesn't really help them, but they've all been changed over to great weapons now. So an actual kind of useful melee unit. So yeah, I'll go with those. They're a retinue, so that will move my shaman from, I believe, the mongrel pack he's in now, which is really just shot fodder for our purposes. So moving him into a more elite unit that I'm going to be using in combat is probably a good idea. Yeah, I now have a unit of Ibex Warriors. Excellent. And some upgrades. I'm going to buy the boulder throw as promised for Ironhide the Feral Giant. He's learned to cast rock. He's going to start throwing stones at people. And 55 left. Do I want some small upgrades for these? Not particularly. Heavy armor for the Minotaurs is nice, getting from defense 4 to 5. But I would rather like the speed, because it lets me get them to... These being where I need them to be when I want them is more important to me than having a point of defense. Yes, it may mean I lose one when in circumstances where I may not, but I like the trade-off. The speed is worth more to me than the defensive properties, so we'll leave that as it is. We're going to the preliminary battle before our Act 1 boss. It's the Goblin War Party. Some tiny, inconsequential goblins for us to squash. They're going first. I'll put the hounds on the extreme flanks again. And again, I'll use the mongrel pack as a bit of a distraction shot target so they don't hit them. Same here, I'll have the feral giant. Make sure it's the primary target. So I'm going to make sure, so you can tell whether or not a unit is in cover by looking at, so that little symbol will pop up. So if anything did shoot the feral giant now, it would suffer a hit penalty of -1 because they're shooting things in cover. So if you want to do that, you can do it like that. Otherwise, yeah, the big blocks here can come charging down the centre. Just try and get around that annoying. Well, maybe you can go there because you can flank that way. We have 2 archer units that we want to get on very quickly. Start running things towards them. I'm going to shoot my mongrels, which is just fine. No damage. So them being defense 5 is actually fantastic because we can use them as a kind of even better as their role of just sustaining damage. The Wolf Rider is going to end up charging forward. Ideally, what I would like to happen is I would have them position here. The Minotaurs can then move over and hit them in the side, while I have the hounds here charge forward and hit them in their flank. So I'm going to wait for this one to move and see if I can get a convenient bait. They'll come forward, they won't really get very far. They'll come forward, they won't really get very far, so I'll activate this one. I'm not going to get into range of shadow bolting, so just come forward a bit and kind of delay the turn a moment. Good. Waste your shots into this one as well. Oh no, I lost a mongrel. Okay, so these are all melee units that are just going to stomp forward. How do we want to outposition? I'm just going to move you. Careful where I position this one because I want to don't block our Minotaurs from performing the flank that we desire them to do. So just move over here-ish. I don't know. I'm basically just wasting a turn to see what they do. Okay, and now I know where that is, which is great. I can use the time to flank them with the giant. Unfortunately, this blasted wood is actually going to cost me now because I move so slowly through it, I can't do what I want. Okay, I'm just going to have to be happy sat there and then next turn try and get somewhere more useful. And I mucked up the boulder throw. Okay, we'll see that in a moment. Excellent. What I wanted to happen there has happened. Let's see if my extra speedy Minotaurs can get where I need them to go. No, it's too far. Blast. Can't get, even with my not reducing my speed, I still can't quite reach them. That's going to suck. I just can't quite get there. Anything else I can do that's more convenient? I could go straight into the short bows and kill off their annoying backline units with the... So this mongrel pack is going to get charged, which is a touch annoying. What I'll do is I'll have you come forward and hit the short bows, like so. Don't have to go all the way forward. Stay a bit far back just in case they try and reach you, but that should be okay. Before they come. Now, if I do this, if I shove this dog unit further forward, that'll obviously escape that one. That'll mean the Wolf Riders are going to charge them, which is fine. I can then ignore them and I can swing the Shaman unit here around and have them flank it next turn. So yeah, let's do that. Let's put the Feral Hounds in a position to hit this unit in its flank, which we can do no problem. Draw line of sight, majority if not entirety in the flank. Perfect. We have no units left, so or me, you'll come over there and help with that. This unit, I guess I would like to get into the side of that goblin mob, or the back once I have a chance. So let's just spend a turn positioning here. We're not going to charge trolls head on, that would be a bit silly. So they're going to charge those are fine. I'm going to do this first, and then deal with this for me. So the extra movement was useful, let me get into the back line. And then this one, because they're so far away, I can flee. So the way fleeing works is that your movement has to be able to take you outside of the charge range of the enemy. So they're only just touching me here, so if I turn around and move this distance, then we can easily escape them. So fine, I'm happy to get away. I might run off the field, I may not. I'm happy if they do, it's not too big a concern. I'm still on, fine. That's annoying, he got stuck on my unit. I was hoping he'd come much further. Oh well. The trolls inch forward. I'll go ahead and rally this one first because it would allow me to waste the turn to force them to move another unit. Perfect, I know exactly where they are. I should now, with any luck, be able to escape this blasted wood and get into the flank of the trolls. So, perfect, get there. Can't be touched, I can see and flank them. Excellent work. And why not throw a rock at them as well? Take that. Unfortunately, I only did 2 wounds, and the trolls have a nifty ability where they can regenerate, so unless you deal the full 3 wounds to one of them, so they have 3 wounds each, they'll regenerate up to full wounds at the start of the next phase, so, well, the next round rather, so they'll get to here, then a full HP, so can I somehow scrape off that extra wound? Maybe with Shadow Bolt? They can't move, so I can ignore them for a turn. I just do this. Or I can't quite get through, that's annoying. Yeah, I mean, my only option would be to kind of... I want to get the dogs into a better position, so I'm just going to back off here. No, I'm not going to be able to do it. Fine, we'll Shadow Bolt you instead. Now, the hounds here, annoyingly, aren't going to be able to side charge that unit this turn. The reason being is that I can't draw a straight line from my centre to their centre because the giant's in the way. So what I can do instead is I can just go to here on the presumption that the giant is going to move out the way in a moment anyway, so I might as well just get as far as I can, and then next turn I can get around the back of them. So to have some relatively straightforward combats here. I could have rather used Greater Fury on this to increase their damage, but I think we'll be fine anyway. Yeah. And then this doesn't need any help at all. 12 or 15 hits, killing 10 of them. Unfortunately, I still managed to lose one. It would have made, buying the armour would have made no difference. The roll is the same. Do just enough to kill a Minotaur each round. It's quite annoying. Okay, so you're going to flank me, but I'm going to flank you. Nothing else I want to do here. So, do I want to hit these in the back? They'll probably run away of their own accord, so I'll just leave them and see what this unit's going to do, rather. They're going to do that, okay. So let's start having you come towards them. They're going to position there, which makes it incredibly easy for you to get around and hit them in the side. And then I'm going to Greater Fury Ironhide, because he needs a little bit of help with re-rolling hits. I think that's the big unit that failed to rally, so we don't have to worry about them. And obviously we're not going to let you hit us in the back here, so let's get... can I go straight back here and escape? No, I'm going to have to go forward. Eventually we'll be able to outposition it with one of these units. So, they both failed because of their terrible discipline, so we don't have to care about those anymore. As for you, how do I get you out of here? Oh, that wood is going to stop me, isn't it? Oh, this is terrible. Can't escape that way. If I just twist and go straight, I can escape, no problem. You're a bit stuck because you're not going to be able to deal with that. I'll just have them handle it. So instead, I'll just have you come around this way, and if these trolls are holding on, they'll turn to face, so you can just flank them. Okay, so Ironhide, it's 3s to hit because of better skill, and he's re-rolling now. Didn't need it anyway. But I guess he is power 9, so it reduces their save. Hit me once because of Putrid Stench, did no damage. Our trolls have Dismal Discipline, so that should be enough to show them the door, and indeed it is. I could in theory recharge them with that unit if I wanted. I don't necessarily know if it's worth it. I think this unit would be more than potent enough to smash through them pretty easily, so I'm just going to leave them and have them do other things. It's more important I use this unit to outflank the Wolf Riders. Move to there, fine. Now I can start getting around you. Like that. And then you can start charging up this way. You will be outpositioned eventually, there's nothing you can do. You can use Greater Fury on yourself. The power is, I mean, fine, but really it's for the hit chance because they're only skill 3. If they hold on, you can come back here and hit them in the back. I can't rock anything. And then you... and I'll start hounding your way over here. Oh, here we go. Amgak's going to go. Only 2 attacks because I didn't wild for myself, but he just squash a goblin. And then the unit, the Grim Fists Ibex Warriors, so they're only skill 3, but they have great weapons, so they'd be power 6, and then Greater Fury makes them power 8, which is hilariously over the paltry defense of the goblins. 6s? Yeah, okay. Really just a question of whether or not I sustain any damage back. Yeah, I lose 1. Fine. That one couldn't fight anyway. Well, we might get some overlap there, we'll just force guys out the way. Nope, ignore all of that. We're going to turn and face them. We have a solution for that. Into the back. And because these only have 2 attacks each, what we know, we can safely put the Minotaurs into their flank, because even if both wounds go through, they have 3 each. The Minotaurs survive regardless, so we can ignore that. We're not going to allow you to front charge me, so let's just get you out of the way. Rock. Less goblins. And then you can just come forward and hit them in the back. Why not Shadow Bolt them as well? Just to be mean. 3 more goblins. And you just get out of the way, you're not going to be engaging them in combat. Who's left? Oh, you, of course. Just stand there. Enemy are routing this turn, so I mean we don't have to take any damage, we can just hold them in place with these. I mean I'll send the Minotaurs in, there's no reason not to, but this unit's going to break and die anyway, so just for fun I suppose. And the only thing that matters is using Wild Form of Anguk and skip the rest of the phase. Here we go. 5 attacks each, so still 10 with only 2 guys, 10 of 10 hits. They do 8 wounds of 10 on their own. Take no damage, fine. And then the Night Fangs eat the last one. Delicious. A little bit of cannibalism there, it's hound on hound, isn't it? But, oh well, it's a feral hound, eat feral hound kind of world. Alright, so I lost and Minotaur, but yeah, suck it up. Our Shaman is leveled again. We can improve the strength of Shadow Bolt, which is kind of it's just a bit of chip damage, or what I'd rather do is take Recruiter. Newly recruited units gain an additional level, so when you buy a new unit from a shop, they immediately get a rank of XP. So experience in this game massively increases the potency of your units, so just getting XP on guys is a fantastic upgrade. I'm more than happy to take that. Otherwise, this Mongol pack is also leveled. More of them, improve the skill, improve the replenishment. I think I'll, in this case, because of the amount of damage they're taking, I'll actually take the replenishment, just so I have a big brick of guys that can't be moved. There you go, I can take gold for many turns now. Everyone else is basically full HP, so just take all the cash. Except for you, I'm going to insist on having 3 Minotaurs because they're really potent. So army, let's spread the... So when you're in this army view, it's worth hopping in here sometimes because you can change the formation of your unit, so stretch out guys. Bear in mind that you can only fight in 2 ranks, so this is all wasted right now. So if you do this instead, more guys can fight, and you could in theory go even further. I think I'm not going to do that. I'm happy just to do like that. It's a little bit more comprehensive. Otherwise, I'm perfectly content with that formation. That's what we're going to go into the Act 1 boss with. It's Prince Ias. So they are elves, so we're going to have to deal with some stuff shooting at us. They're going first. Okie dokie. Same sort of strategy. We'll have the giant tank for us. And these dogs will be protected by this mongrel pack, which I guess I can just put in the woods here. That's actually a really good idea, because then anything that shoots at them has to deal with the -1 penalty to hit as well. These are a bit unfortunate. I've only got the 2 quote-unquote tank units, so I'm going to have to make it. These are probably just going to get shot by something if there is something to shoot them. Leave you there. That's what we're up against. We have Elf Watchers, so a ranged unit, Elf Watchers, some Lancers, Heavy Cav, Spearmen, and Elf Nobles and Weapon Masters, so elite infantry. So in terms of our priorities, we want to get on and kill these Watchers as fast as possible. This one's going to be a nuisance because I can't charge over the terrain. I'm going to have to go around it, so it might take me 2 turns to get there. This one's trivial to reach. I can just run straight onto it. In that case, how do I want to handle this? Again, you'll probably shoot him, but just in case they don't, what I could do is I could just have this one run forward and accept that we're going to get charged by that annoying Lancer unit. There's nothing I can do. I mean, if they did charge me, they would be power 5 against my defensive 6, so I'd still be saving on 3+. They'd have equal skill, so they'd be hitting on 4s but re-rolling, so they could do some mass here. They'd have 2 attacks each, so 2, 4, 6, 8, and they get 1 supporting attack from the back, so 9, 10, 11, 12. They'll get 6 hits, which would then be halved again to 3 hits, and then I have a 3-up save. I take an average of 1 wound. I really don't care if they charge me. I can easily win that fight. So I'll just put you there. Throw a rock, please. Excellent hit. We don't care about the spearmen. I'm just waiting to see what these Watchers do. We'd love to get some flanks on these later. So what I could do is I could just put the Minotaurs forward and have them slay the Watchers for me if I wanted. Probably not the best idea. Just leaving it to the... Well, if they're going to get charged by the Lancers, having multiple units to be able to hit their annoying ranged one like this is probably not a bad idea. I think that's still the closest target, so hopefully they don't shoot you. Okay, that just leaves their annoying 3 units. You can come forward a bit. Too far though. Yeah, I just shadow bolt them as well. I'm putting all the range damage into these because obviously it denies them a couple shots that they would otherwise have. Or they come, just close enough to touch you, which is fine by me. Someone's going to hit and kill them no matter what. What am I going to do with you is the question. Well, I suppose when this happens, they're going to charge me. I'm not going to be able to reach them, so they're going to get right up to here. And then I can barrel around quickly through. So I'll just put you there for now. And then you can get around and be a nuisance later. Do you think I can get a flank charge on that? Well, I have to go really far around. The risk to this approach, so I'm gaming out in my mind, I could do something like this and ignore the charge of the Lancers and hope they still hit the giant anyway. So I'd have to get at least that close to reach the Watchers, at which point if they do hit me there's nothing I can do but run away, so I think that's a bad idea. No, I'm happy to leave it to the Minotaurs. We'll just have you take the safer approach of waiting for them to get out of the blasted way so we can get into the game. This unit targets these. Fantastic, you do nothing. How am I going to deal with these? Well, someone is going to have to come forward and get in the way somehow. I just need an opportunity to get that Feral Hound unit through. They target the giant, which is good. It has a 2-up save. 1 wound, fine. That leaves you. How do I most effectively get you onto them? It's going to take a while to negotiate this pest. And I could do this. The downside to this approach is that next turn, you're going to wind up being the primary target, which is horrendous. I'm not going to live with that, so instead, I guess I'll go around the long way. Turn 2, so they're going to hit me. Fantastic. Let's go and eliminate their pesky range unit. Nothing for you to do, nothing for anyone else to do. Yeah, we're happy with that. Over they come. They have reached me with their good range, so I want to do something about that. Let's activate these hounds first, because there's no threat to them. Can I get to somewhere more useful, do you think? I could probably see that unit, but it would be a front charge, which is a horrendous idea. So, no, we'll just stick with the original plan of coming up this way. Okay, we've got a bit of a mess here in terms of spearman numbers. They're stuck, which is good for me. What I want to do, of course, is use Greater Fury on the Feral Giant to lend a bit of a hand, just in case I can give some extra support by doing this. I don't think I can quite reach the rear arc, I'm afraid. Get all the way up there. Can I twist enough to see them? 0.7, is that rear? It might be rear. Yeah, we'll take that. If they break and run, I can instead hit these in the back, which would also be... Oh, I don't know if that's going to be rear arc either. We'll give it a go. That's an interesting move you've decided there. Okay. Now there's a crucial thing we have to keep in mind here, that of initiative. So who gets to declare a charge first? So at the end of the last turn, they charged with their lancers and then I charged with the minotaurs. So they'll get to charge first when the kind of charge phase happens next time around. So to make sure that we aren't getting pestered by their units, we kind of want to intercept that one and intercept that one. I think what I can do is get you out the way, or at least to the best of my ability. You're really going to struggle to escape that Swordmaster unit. You're a bit too slow. This kind of sucks. I could just do this instead, and then have the hounds hit that one in the back so I can move this one freely. That'll then allow me, once he's out the way, the dog should be able to... No, it's a front arc, that's sad. Okay, that's not going to work for me. I'll flank that one with that one, and I'll flank this one with this one. So we'll live with this. You get in there, make sure you're in range. You are, good. Abilities, will definitely Greater Fury the Giant to improve its hit chances. You're going to shoot the Mongrel Pack again, doing nothing. An elite Elven Archer unit there, failing to do any meaningful damage to a paltry little chaff infantry. You can flank that one, you can flank that one, that's all good. Right, can you defeat these lancers? So they get 7, which is 4, fractionally above average. I take 1 wound as we calculated out. Great. So this is an easy win now. 3 hits, and then I'm power 8, so take 2 wounds. We've won. And then after the charge, so obviously they'll hold, but once their charge ends, they go down to power 3, so they'll be doing rubbish damage now. I don't expect the Minotaurs will have much difficulty killing these, or in fact none. Okay, so they're going to hit me. I can put a stop to that by, annoyingly it's not rear arc, it's side, so I might lose 1 or 2 of them. In fact, I'll almost certainly lose quite a few of those dogs. I think it's better than allowing it to happen, otherwise I couldn't form this charge because they're going to flank me, so they're going to get in a lot of trouble. So yeah, we'll sort of throw this hound unit away to set up what I want. Intercept here, and intercept here. You can't do anything for now, you could probably move back there to help in a moment. I'm not putting you into the front of the spearman, that's suicidal. Okay, who is this? This arch unit can't reach my hounds here, that's convenient. Let's do this first. Greater Fury or Wild Form on one of these units. Right, who needs the most help, do you think? Probably the hounds here, because that character's going to hit them and 3 weapon masters. Even with the support, I'm not immediately convinced they'll be able to win. But I guess it's worth a try, it's the best possible bet for getting them over this unit, because that makes them power 7, which is perfect, because the unit's defense 4. They failed to do anything, so we'll just smash this unit of lancers, I suppose. That's good, because once I get the surround on them, they won't. Once they fail morale, they'll break to a man. Otherwise, how do I want to handle this? Well, if they're still fighting, what I can do, I'm going to put this hound into such a position that it can in theory support either of these. So if you go there, so if they hold on, they'll turn and face, and I can hit them in the side. If they hold on, they'll turn and face, and I can hit them in the side. So I think this is a good spot for the Night Fangs. Here we go, giant again. So less attacks, they still hit with all things, but 2-up save, no damage. I don't hit at all. Amazing job, Ironhide. Good thing I'm sending the Minotaurs in to help you. Ice is going to hit me. He gets to reroll, so it's annoying. So he kills a hound immediately. I get to go 4s, but rerolling. 8 hits, and then I can do a lot of damage, which is good. I'm hopeful that's enough to break them. Oh, they just can't roll a save. I only win by 2 because of all the damage I took. Yeah, it's not good enough. But I do hold on, so I can still flank them. Hamgook watches a spearman. The Ibex Warriors kill 3 more. I lose none in exchange, that's pretty easy. They hold, which is irritating. And over here, the Mongol pack. Our valiant Mongols kill 3. Lose 1 in exchange. They also hold. Okay, so we're stuck with all the elf units everywhere. You get rid of those for me. Right, this. You're going to die no matter what I do. And in fact, what I suspect happens, if I flank that unit to try and help them, what would inevitably occur is they would put all of their attacks into the hound, they would kill it, but all of the damage they do would count for the purposes of combat resolution, so they get like 9 or 10 points off of that unit. So then I would lose combat despite taking no damage on this hound unit because they'd all go forward, and then I'd break and run away. So I think I would prefer to charge this one, so I can break and kill this one. This will be gone, this will be gone, and then I can surround this unit and definitely finish it off. Spells wise, just use wild form. What else are we going to do? Their archers can't achieve anything because we're all tied in combat, so off we go. 3 hits, no damage. There's 2 wounds this time, well done. And more importantly, the Minotaurs do 7, so that'll be more than enough to break them. Yeah, they're finished. Over here. The hound is very dead. Yeah. See, I lost by 9, so that hound unit would never have been enough to do damage. That, so they'd lose combat and run away. Amgut does nothing. Ibex Warriors kill 5. I lose 3 because they turned annoyingly, but that's more than enough to break them, you would assume. And over here, Mongol pack versus Spearman. I probably lose this. Yeah. They break, which is annoying. Can they see me? Oh no, they can see the hounds. That's really irritating. Yeah, they're in a bad spot. I could maybe escape the hounds by doing that. Yeah, go on. No, they're going to stop me and I can't. I could flee them so they can't hit me and then they get into an awkward position. Yeah, that's probably better than letting them hit me in the back. They can't do anything, these can't do anything for now, so yeah, confirm. They're going to have to come forward awkwardly. They've pretty much handed me that there. Let's try and rally this unit first. They come back, very good. You're shooting my elite infantry, that's not appreciated, I need those. You, okay, this genuinely irritating unit. I'd love to get the Minotaurs into their back arc. I'm not going to be able to do it, am I? At least that far, and then twist to see them. Probably 0.5. I don't even know if that works. Okay, I can clearly see them now. But yeah, side on no matter how you slice that. They continue running, which is convenient. Can I get you in any way out of the way so I can get into the side of that unit? I don't rally the hound, so they're going to keep running. That's annoying. Where can I put you? Probably over here. Start helping around. Oh, I can't reach them to rock blast. And then you, I'd love to get you. Oh, I'm not going to be able to. I can't really do any positioning here because they've got an just. You can't wheel through enemy units, so I'm stuck. So I'm not going to be able to go that way to escape. I'm not going to be able to go that way to escape. I'm just stuck with them. Fair enough, you got me there. Okay, we'll go and intercept you there. I guess we'll just take that one head on. More else to be done. Okay, You use this on yourself is perfectly reasonable. Shooting a few more marauders, killing one, fine, not that fast. Okay, otherwise, try and rally this again. Nope, still running. Okay. They're also still running, so 6 and 2 3s. I'll have you come out just in case this unit's holding on, you can flank them. Same principle here, in case they're still here, you can come around and hit them in the back. Okay, I should win this with the character and the heavy infantry. Not if they roll really well though. We win by 1. And they hold. Okay, now we'll flank and kill them. IS gets to hit me in the side, which is irritating. He does no damage though. And I hit them many, many times. Yeah, it's quite a bit of damage. I'd still managed to lose a Minotaur, but fine. Where's my... Oh, there it is. What's their power? Power 4? Is defense 4? Oh, so if I bought the heavy armor, that 3 would have saved them and I would have been okay. Oh well. Charge there. I'll see if they rally. If not, I can just ignore them. They stand in place, achieving nothing. Well, I'm going to position around this weapon master unit in such a way, assuming they will rally. So get to their side. Or a rock at them. 2 less. Might have just moved them out of my charge range by doing that, which might have been a bit silly. And you can hit them in the back. I don't know if you can see them anymore. Well, should be able to. Shaman kills 2. We lose the last Ibex Warrior. But then the Mongols should finish them off. Perfect. It's just him on his own now. Yeah, I can still hit them. Excellent. Take that. Let's just absolutely kill them. No questions asked. That leaves us with you. How are we going to deal with you? Well, okay, we'll be a bit clever here. The Shaman will return to full wounds at the start of the next fight anyway, so if they're going to shoot anything, I would rather they shoot him, so I'm just going to have him run forward. Yeah, go for it. 1 wound, we're okay. You kind of fall in lockstep behind. Eventually we'll get something onto them. I don't think we have to bother, they'll probably be routing quickly enough. Oh, there's a funny mechanic. So did you see about those? So Prince Is here has the Elven Mastery ability. It allows him to reroll his attack rolls. I, however, have Putrid Strengths, which forces the enemy to reroll successful rolls. So there's a positive reroll and a negative reroll. When that happens, both effects take place and counter each, they cancel out. So there is no reroll, you just get your normal dice. So he does no damage. Then I go. Squash a Weapon Master. Again, the Weapon Master gets to reroll, but then cancels, so as normal. And the Minotaurs, just kill them. Oh, he's still alive on a wound, is he? Routing this turn. In that case, I'm just going to ignore them. There's no point in throwing in there and risk losing more damage, because the character, unlike any other unit, a single entity character like that, such as we are, can fight backwards, so they'd be able to maybe scrape a wound off my poor feral giant or kill that Minotaur, which would be just heartbreak, wouldn't it? Victory. Quite a bit of damage, but we can heal it up. Okay, so the Ibex Warriors, random stat, size or looter. I'm going to take the random stat because it's amazing. No discipline, please. Oh, we have extra skill. Okay, so we can hit things more competently. And then the Minotaur's leveled. They also get a random stat. This could be really, really good. Cross your fingers, everyone. Let's hope for something really great. Skill. The amazing ones are like wounds and attacks and things. But skill is fine. It's a nice increase, but there are better things available. Kill that one. You're perfectly healthy. You, of course, need the guys back. You're perfectly healthy. You're good enough. I want the guys back there. Into Act 2. So that's what we've come out with. Probably shrink that a bit now as it's a bit smaller than it used to be. Everyone else is fine in their current positions. Let's have a look. Now, again, we can do our little campaign planning here to see how we want to go about doing this. Now, of course, before we get to the last ray of shops, the strategy is the same. We want to take as many fights as possible to generate gold. However, the equation changes somewhat when we get to the final armories, because after that there is no longer any value in generating gold, as there's nowhere to spend it. Why would you want to take a fight after this armory if you don't have to? The gold's no value. So what you really want to do after this line of shops is reach that campsite, because before the final boss you can use it to heal twice or heal and generate XP for anyone who can squeeze out an extra level. So that's what we want to aim for after this, but before that it's fight. So let's pick a route that allows us to do maximum gold generation while also getting here. Or we can go, that's two, so we can go this way, we can do 3 in a row, get to the shop, and then we can do, there's a couple random events we have to go through to get to here. We could start up here. I don't know, it's never possible to go down, so if you start up here you're stuck in the bad route. You could alternatively come this way, take some fights, a random event, fight that allows you access to that elite in exchange. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them is elite, or you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, you get more little fights or one less fight. Now in terms of gold, that's actually exactly the same, because you get 100% increase or double the amount of flat gold for the elite. So taking 2 regular fights and 1 elite fight is identical, but the 2 standard fights are better because you get more experience out of them, and they're also just sort of a bit easier in general. The Act 2 elites are really a bit of a struggle. They're grim, so I think we'll go this way. We'll go fight, and then here, and then a couple of random events to spice things up before we get into the final kind of little stretch. Very good. Deep wood protectors. So, think wood elves, daring to challenge our supremacy over the woods. They're going first. Okay. And protect my poor feral hounds, please. Your task is the same. And you down the middle. My powerhouses here. Might have him as a bit of a shield for this side as well, just in case everyone gets shielded. Yeah, there's rangers directly in front of us, so guess who they're going to shoot. There's more of them behind as well. 10 of 10 hits. Ouch, this is going to hurt a bit. Yep. Okay, they've got chariots. Riders with bows, which are annoying. I'm going to want to do something about that. An eagle, which will just come flying forward and be a bit of a nuisance. I'm going to put you further forward to make sure, so these skirmish cav with bows definitely target the mongrels and not my poor hounds. You're shooting at my Ibex Warriors, which is annoying. Yeah, it sucks. I need to do something about these very quickly now. So in terms of future planning, that's going to come forward and engage something. I can't really outposition it because it's amazing movement, so let's instead focus on apprehending these. You can easily get on that unit immediately. Just kill it for me. I'll have you turn this way to make sure that eagle can't flank you. They still targeted the hounds, you wretches. Yeah, lose 2 of them before they can do anything. That's awful. Okay, there's nothing I can do about that then. Are they faster than us? They're even faster than us, so I can't flank them either. Okay, so instead I'll come over here. I'd like to get this Minotaur unit onto that one if I had any choice. So next turn I could probably reach them. But I can't spring forward that quickly because that one's going to move and intercept me, so I'll do this first instead. No spells really than chucking one of these out, which isn't really a priority. Can't even see them there, annoyingly. No, I can't. 2 less, just makes it more consistent when he goes in. Okay, I know where they've landed now, which is convenient. Can I get a flank on that unit? You're going to get charged no matter what you do, so don't worry about it. So entirely escaping this is actually kind of impossible. You can't quite fit in there, it seems. So I just move to here and presume that they're going to fight the mongrel pack instead. What I could do is I could do this, it'd be a bit clever. I can get to here and then turn. So if they do charge me, fine, I can just withdraw. If they don't, I can then get this unit to flank them. So I'll just have you there. They move the eagle. So I guess pester you, which is excellent for me because I can just do this. Kind of thought they'd throw that unit away. Good. They didn't quite reach us there, which is good, so I can have you come forward. I can ignore the blue zone of the archers because they're not going to matter, but I do have to care when it comes to those. Okay, let's have you hit that in the side. You hit that. I think I could... In theory, the hounds here should be able to tear that eagle apart, at which point, because of the angle they've adopted, I might be able to then charge directly into the rangers after that as well. So what I can do instead with the minotaurs is actually have them go straight into engaging the dancers, which is what I'm going to do. Here, you've been charged, which is fine, we know it's coming. I'm just going to flee you. And there's nothing those 2 units at the back can do, so that's okay. Straight off the field. I was hoping they wouldn't go straight off the field, but okay. Yeah, annoyingly they're going to get one more volley onto me. I can't stop it. Ow, ow. And then you just start walking up here to assist. The Ibex Warriors really are taking a bit of a kicking. Good, that shows me where he winds up, which is what I wanted to know. If I'm lucky, I might be able to flank that unit now. I can, in fact, flank them. You've been outpositioned by infantry. How does that feel? I didn't use Greater Fury. This might have been a mistake. Okay, he still breaks. Good. I was worried he'd hold on for a moment. This I'm less concerned with. Yeah, because I have to reroll and they've got terrible power. They'll hold, which is fine. I can just continue to step on them turn after turn. And over here, great hits. We should win this fairly easily. They get to reroll, which is a tad annoying. They only do 2 wounds, so I keep my Minotaur. Perfect. So into the side you go. Into the side you go. And I'll probably just have you hit and kill them so they don't come back. You want to come over there for reasons unknown. You can easily be hit and killed later. Who do I want to support with Greater Fury? Not you, you'll be fine. Not you, you'll be fine. So it's a choice between this and this. And of those two, the Mongrel Pack will be a worse skill, so 25% increase to hit chance. Power 4 on the charge against defense 3. It'll be power 5 on the charge against defense 3, so it would help with, I think it improves their, yeah, they become 6, so for both of these units it would allow them to wound them on 6+, and they get the reroll. It's exactly the same, so which are you more concerned with? Honestly, if the Mongrel Pack takes damage, it's a lot easier to heal, so let's just use it on the Hounds. They're the ones that need more help with their limited attack numbers now. This is fine. This I'm just going to ignore by standing here. Okay. 5 and 5, and they're all dead. Fantastic. I do take a wound extra, but no, oh well. Over here are buffed up Hounds. Power 7, so these jaws are really going to hurt when they connect. Yeah, 6, just kill all 5 of them. And I don't even lose one. Excellent work. Over here, so I wasn't able to help you, I'm afraid, but they still do okay. Yeah, they take no damage because they're only light cav, they can't really do anything to us. Good decision there, and the Minotaur should mince this unit, hitting me in the back. They're all dead. What's left? Oh, the chariot's left. I completely forgot about you somehow. Okay, I'm going to ignore that unit. I'll allow them to move and see if they run away. If not, I can then flank them anyway. Okay, you're going to turn and face. Oh no, please. Oh, if you do the 1 wound I have left on that Minotaur, I'll be livid. Yes, let's roll a 6. Take that. Well, with the limited turns remaining of this game, I'm actually just going to get you around here and have you deal with them for me. They rally, fine. I can actually, an even better choice. I'll just have you stomp up here and hit them. Oh, they're all dead. Okay, amazing rock throw. I don't particularly want to fight this unit. It's just a bit of a hassle now. They'll run away at the end of the next turn, but just have you get out here. Flanking this unit with the Minotaurs is a nice idea. I don't know... If I flank them with both units, I honestly don't know who they would end up attacking, left or right. If they attack the Mongol pack, fine, I don't care. I can just ignore them. But if they attack the Minotaurs, I risk losing the really hurt one. Forward, throw a spell. In which case I might just charge the Mongol pack in to be safe. I suspect it works on the basis of whatever you charge in first will be the target, but I don't know that for certain. Oh, okay. The game back, they didn't display routing this turn, but they were routing this turn, so we needn't even consider it. So 5 of 8 on the Feral Giant is okay, we'll live with it. Night Fangs, Frostclaws and Ironhide always level up together because they start at the same XP, so our Bestial upgrades, more replenishment, not interested. Looter's not bad, but I think I'll actually take the unit size, so we can get more of them. More dogs, more dogs, more dogs, and then these hounds leveled up, and are in the exact same position, why not? And then the Feral Giant leveled an extra attack, that's amazing, I'll immediately take that. Okay, replenishment, you still need yours, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. And I'm going to take the heals on the dogs this time because they get up to really fancy. 6 is, I mean, we could have got 7 and 7. I actually like 6 and 6. The reason I like 6 is because you can field a maximum of 6 wide before you're then forced into a back rank. So you get all of your attacks by being like this rather than, at the moment the 7th one gets popped in, they're forced back there, so it looks really ugly. So they get 6 and 6 is perfect, and everyone else is kind of okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 4... yeah, quite a few fights to go, but I think I'm happy to leave that there. So I do rather hope you enjoyed. If so, please do like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and I do appreciate it. If you have any notes on the run or anything you'd like to let me know, then by all means, please do drop a comment down in the comment section. I do take the time to stop and read them all, so any feedback you leave or any ideas for potential things you want to see on the channel will be taken on board. Or if you just want to chat with me or others, that's fine too. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.